This is what most entrepreneurs do with their money. They grind it up in a mess of bad decisions, broken systems, and no plan. But what if instead of turning cash into confetti, you could blend your mindset and your systems into something that actually multiplies your money? That's exactly what today's conversation with my special guest is about.
All right, welcome back to the Dr. WholeMind Show. I'm here with Evan Dawson, founder of the Subject Matter Expert Academy, a program that helps everyday people turn their expertise into scalable online businesses. Evan, it's great to have you here.
It's great to be here, Robert. Thank you to you and the whole Mind Media team.
So, Evan, I want to take our viewers back to the very beginning of your journey. You've worked inside other people's businesses, you've seen the challenges from the inside, and then you made the leap to create something of your own. Can you walk us through that turning point? What was going on in your life and career that pushed you to say, it's time to build my own thing? And
Sure.
specifically, what was the spark that led you to create Day One for Entrepreneurs?
Got it. So I worked in corporate America for many years. Almost 20 years of my life, I worked in retail, and I ended up as an executive with Target, the store Target, the big competitor to Walmart, that one. And I was getting older, my family was growing, and I was not getting to spend the amount of time I wanted with them. And I would scroll on social media, right? And I would see all these people driving these Lamborghinis, renting helicopters, buying houses, all this kind of stuff. And I'm just like, that's it's got to be fake, right? Like it can't all be real. And then I started seeing a lot of people that I could identify with, people that had come from retail, people that had come from a regular 9 to 5, and now they're doing this digital marketing thing that I had never done, at least not any, making any money online with it. And so I bought a course. This was many, many years ago, and I learned a little bit. I got a couple clients, learned a little bit more, made mistakes, and little by little, I started crafting strategies in digital marketing to the point where now I was bringing in enough income where I could ultimately leave my 9 to 5. And that's what I did. It's been several years now since I've been doing this full time, working from home, being able to spend a lot more time with my family. So, I hear this story a lot from a lot of people, and I know that there's a lot of other people that are skeptical when they hear that story because I was skeptical at the beginning. I had to start investing in myself and learning this stuff, and then ultimately I was able to make it work. I'm looking at this hat right here. It says side hustle. It always starts as a side hustle, right? And then when the income gets enough to where you can actually leave what you call your stable planet, then things can get really fun.
Yeah, I wear zero foxtrot in all my videos. Keeps me disciplined. But discipline only gets you so far. That's why I built Inboxed Income, 4 proven emails for your YouTube creators. The link's in the description. Grab it while it's still free.
Yes, no doubt. All right. Well, is there any success stories from any of your students that you feel like would be worth talking about?
Yeah, absolutely. So I had two students this past week get their first client. That's always one of the biggest wins for me. Watching them get their first client is a big deal. They're excited, I'm excited, and it teaches them, everybody has a question. How do I do this? Well, you can't learn how to do something 100%. You actually have to experience it. And what I talk about a lot with my students is everything in life goes from hope to think to know. First, you have to hope something works, right? If somebody invests into a program, they're like, gosh, I hope this works. Then when they start going through the steps of it and they start seeing the different little pieces fit together like a puzzle, they're like, oh, I actually think this might be the thing that I'm looking for here. Then when they start implementing, they start closing deals, they start building out these funnels and websites and things for their clients and seeing other people come into those funnels and purchase things. Well, now they know it works. They're seeing the physical representation of the idea implemented into the strategy, and now money's coming in like it's a real thing. Oh my gosh, I know it works. I went from hope to think to know. And watching my students go through that process, and I could pull up message after message from students that are saying, I just had an aha moment. Like, I just watched that video and now I get it. I'm like, there you go. And everybody gets it at different speeds, different rates. And depending on the niche that they're going after, it might come quickly, it might come slowly. A lot of people, just like me, I was working 60 to 70 hours a week when I started learning how to do this stuff. And so I couldn't devote a whole lot of time to this business model. But now, as soon as I left that world, I opened up 60 to 70 hours every week to where now I can really, like Top Gun, kick the tires, light the fires. Actually, no, it's Independence Day. Man, don't tell my kids I messed that up.
All right. Well, speaking of niches, let's shift gears and we will talk about a healthy eating channel. Hopefully you can see this all right. And this channel is Pickup Lines.
I'm seeing your entire screen, FYI.
All right. Well, let me adjust that. Oh,
That's
yep.
why.
I see why.
That's why they have the edit button.
There it is right there. Okay. There we go. Now we have the channel that we can talk about. This is a healthy eating channel, and this is Pickup Lines. And I'd like to get your take on them.
Yeah, I love it. So obviously they're doing something right. 4.38 million subscribers with just 245 videos. Now, I'm not sure if they've deleted videos in the past or hidden them, but that's a huge amount of subscribers. So they know how to create content. They're speaking directly to a niche audience that obviously gets what they're trying to do here. Um, First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to click on videos and I want to see when they did their last video. Okay, so the latest is 2 months ago. Then it was 3 months ago, 3 months ago, 4 months ago. So they were consistent. And now my question is, why did they stop creating videos monthly? Why haven't they had a video in 2 months? So that would be my first question. If I'm gonna do what I call sniper this subject matter expert to be a client of mine, I want to make sure that they're still current. They're still actually their business is working, right? Because there's YouTube channels out there that have millions of subscribers and they haven't posted a video in years. YouTube's been around a long time at this point. So I want to make sure they're active, they're current. Then the next thing I do is I look at popular videos. I want to make sure that it wasn't just one video that got them all those subscribers, and I've seen that before where somebody had a video just go nuts. I've had that happen on my channel. I have basically one semi-viral video that got me monetized on YouTube. Most of my other videos are not that big. Does that mean that I wouldn't be a good target for someone that's wanting to get an influencer like me to work with? Not necessarily, but I probably and this is just me being transparent. If there was somebody out there wanted to work with a big influencer, my channel is not the one you want, right? There's others out there that are way more established and they're getting great views. So if you look here, the popular videos, you got 8 million, 8 million, 8 million. Yeah, so they've had several that have hit the mark. Next thing I'm looking at is, do they have a lead magnet? One of the most important pieces of the puzzle if you're going to generate income from social media, from the internet, is you have to grow your email list. Because most people don't watch a video and the influencer mentions a product and they just go down the first time they ever watch a video and they buy something. That doesn't happen, right? You have to warm them up. And so a simple little no-brainer product that's free or low ticket, something maybe $7 that they can grab, well, that's great. So I did see that they do have a lead magnet here. When you go to their homepage, yeah, they got an ebook. It's perfect. It's exactly what I'm talking about. Because what happens is somebody will opt in for that ebook, and what happens next? They get a series of emails, sometimes even text messages that work them up the value ladder. And you do a great job on your channel explaining the value ladder.
Yeah, no, that's it. And you look, they've got a shop, which is not going to help them as far as the email list goes. And they've got an app, which I suppose that could help with the email list, but I'm not sure it's going to get people down the funnel.
Yeah. So far, it looks like they have all the, not to use a pun here, but they've got all the ingredients.
Yeah.
Now it's just putting them all together in a way that makes sense to the viewer.
So then this channel here, maybe it is, or maybe it isn't a good one to go after. Obviously, it's a huge number of subscribers, so they may feel like that feel like they already know what they're doing and they've got everything in line, and they don't need a marketer to help them out. So with that being said, maybe the numbers that you would look at would be a little bit different than initially, huh?
Yeah, when I train students on going after their first clients in the subject matter expert world, it's typically start with channels or not just YouTube, it could be TikTok, but where they have between 50 and 100,000. That's the sweet spot to start with because they have most likely not been approached by a million marketers, right? And you're able to work with them. And also, when it's your first client, you're not going to be an expert yourself quite yet. You have to go through the ringer sometimes and make some mistakes. So you don't want to do that with a channel with almost 5 million, right? So when you have a smaller channel, they're a little bit more forgiving and you can work with them and you can grow with them. I've done that several times myself with clients where I've taken a client from, 2, 3,000 subscribers, and I'm not in the business of helping them grow their YouTube channel, but the marketing that we're doing on the side, it's a kind of a fringe benefit of me doing marketing for you is your channel will grow because you're going to be seen in a lot more places, the omnipresent strategy. And that same 4,000, 2, 3, 4,000 subscriber base in 18 months sometimes gets up over 200,000 subscribers. Well, now you can generate $50,000, $100,000 a month from the Google ad revenue, plus all of the products and the services in the value ladder that you're helping your clients sell. And that, in a nutshell, is Subject Matter Expert Academy. It's teaching people how to pick a niche, go after influencers in that niche that already have a warmed up audience, and help them sell more products and services.
Yeah, and a great way to find out the subject matter expert that you want to go after is ChatGPT.
Absolutely. Yeah,
So
not only can ChatGPT help you with finding the perfect niche that you can go after, it'll help you craft the email to talk to these influencers. It once you get them as a client, it'll help you write all the copy on their landing pages, write all the email sequences. It's a no-brainer at this point.
no, it really is. So that was really awesome. We were able to dive deep into a huge channel, and maybe they will, but for now, I think I would probably go with somebody a lot less number of subscribers for sure to get after them and get them to build a great sales funnel.
It's a great idea.
Well, there you have it. We had Evan Dawson on today, and we learned a lot about him and his company. And if you want to become a great digital marketer, I think his course would be well worth it.
I do too.
Yes.
Step 1, learn your budget. Step 2, just keep blending. And that's my TED Talk.